their deal is they sort of fit within the architecture of like whatever city you're in. So like when we get to Allentown, there's one that like, has like some history and stuff like that. The one in Pittsburgh is actually in an old building that was transformed into that. So a lot of them are like that. The new builds are nice too. They're sort of like have like a theme or something.
Yeah, this was from the early. I found like the thing in the lobby that showed like when they built it. I think it was in the early 2000s, but I mean it was. It definitely. I mean, it felt like the contemporary. Like it had like the big atrium. It was very white, and it's a convention hotel, so like it was really nice because last year or 2 years ago we went to this competition. We didn't stay at this hotel. We stayed at a different hotel. So you had to like drive over to the, the competition and all that. I mean, we were right next to the mall, which was nice, but this way, like when we competed, we just went like down the elevator, walked over to the convention, over to the ballroom. She competed, right back up the elevator to your room. It was awesome because it was so cold. And like we just valeted the car and just left it there for the whole weekend.
Nice.
And actually this hotel, this was like, because we went down on Friday night, we were going to get dinner, Saturday night, no, Friday night. And, so we we're going to get our car and they're like, where do you want to go? We're like, we're going to go to Giordano's and get a pizza.
Good choice, sir. Good choice.
Because everybody talks about it. He's like, oh dude, I'll take you. And this guy just pulls out they have like an airport shuttle van. Like
nice.
Like car lot that takes you into the airport, proper.
Yeah.
He's like, oh dude, I'll just drop you off. I'm like, sweet. So
that's awesome.
He drops us off. He's like, I'll do you one better. He's like, I'll get you a free appetizer. I'll walk you in.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, if you're with me, you get a free app. I'm like, this guy is full of crap. He's not going to get us a free app. No kidding. The waitress comes up. She's like, you were with Albert? I was like, well, Albert drove us over. She's like, you get a free appetizer. What do you want? Oh,
nice. He must have an in with the restaurant.
Oh, yeah, he got a fat tip from us. I'm telling you what. I mean, we paid twice for that cheesy bread or whatever we got.
Yep, exactly.
Albert was a good guy. It was nice of him. So it was very cool. Yeah, it was a nice little hotel. But yeah, I'll have to post a picture. It totally looked like a monorail beam that ended. Because that's the first thing Mallory said. She looked out our window. We're on the 11th floor. And you looked down, it looked exactly like a monorail beam. But then it just like ended. I was like, oh, good thing there's no monorail. Because it was like right off the end there. So like,
yeah, right? Like,
And the good news is we compete there again. First week of March. Same hotel.
So, oh, well, that's nice.
I know. Because the thing is like, here's the thing. I know everybody's like, oh, yeah, they're national champions. How are they national champions like every weekend, right? Well, and that's what I said, too. I was like, this is a bunch of crud because it's just a big money-making thing, which it is a big money-making thing. That's
right.
What it is. But they're different, like, groups. So, like, they're the national CSG champions of that.
Now, did they get their bid paid for?
No, they find out tonight. I don't think so. Because you got to be grand champion. We didn't score high enough. I don't think you get grand.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Because that's like, because we're level 2, you have to have the highest score like all the levels.
Gotcha.
So I don't think we did that. But yeah, we go back the first week of March, and it's a different like competition, but it's in the same hotel, same convention center. So we're like in the same hotel. So I'm pumped. What's up, Dan, Rob, Jeff, Lottie, Disney with the Ducks. Quack, quack. Phil's here. Going to the yacht club soon.
That's DuckTales. Woo.
See, I've never seen DuckTales.
Really?
See, that's not my generation. That's the difference between you and me.
Well, okay, I didn't want. Okay, I will admit, DuckTales scared the bejeebus out of me when I was a kid, so I didn't really watch it. But there was that movie that they had, which was the DuckTales movie. It was, oh my gosh, I know somebody's gonna put it in the chat here. But it was DuckTales. They were like searching for the golden lamp, and I had a babysitter, and she would have us watch that all the time because her dad had. What was the thing before, like the giant discs that you would play on?
Laser discs.
Yes, he had a laser disc thing, and they had that on laser disc, and so we would go over there and watch it on laser disc at her house. So yeah,
he was like, "We must get this on laser disc."
Exactly. Yes.
This is the media of the future. Gotta make sure we get a laser disc so we can watch this in 2025.
Exactly. Nope.
All right.
And we all have that friend who would argue with you as to why laser discs were the best. Like,
DuckTales, the Lost
we're
Land.
passionate about it, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like, and it's like, dude, I have no skin in the game here. I'm just gonna go with what is readily available, and the laser discs were never ready.
They were not readily available. This is also true. No.
Pam works for Big Laser Disc.
Just like, I love that you were so passionate about laser discs.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Me, I'm just going to go and buy the VHS tape.
Right, exactly.
Because that seemed to be the one that won.
That is the one that won.
You can buy them for $25, and that's what we're going to go with.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, that was much better. That was a much better choice.
Yeah.
So.
I forgot to tweet it out.
Tweet it. Tweet it. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
Facebook and YouTube.
We're on the books and the tubes.
Only type today.
Please do. La, 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 la.
Sorry. Fast.
Oh, I need to do that.
My typing skills that I learned in 8th grade.
Ah, look at you. I learned mine in high school. I remember taking typing classes.
Oh, I did take it in high school. You're right, because I took it my sophomore year because I was dating a girl in my class. I remember that.
Nice.
Yep, Carmen. She was a cheerleader.
Of course.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Let's see. No. Yep. And
Mike?
Imagine this. I was the fastest typer in the class because I'm super competitive, even though I didn't type the right way because I learned how to type on a Commodore 64 at home. But I had to. God, that teacher used to fight with me because I wouldn't type the right way. But I was like, but I'm the fastest typer in here, and I'm within the parameters of the amount of errors. So
do you type the right way now?
No,
you still type the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm self-taught.
Got it.
It's funny. My stepdad, who has written like, I don't know, 11 or 12 books, literally types with like 3 fingers. Like, just so yeah, right.
Yeah.
He just he must be fast enough at
it.
I guess, but yeah.
See, look, Len is too. He's self-taught typist. I mean, I know that I could probably type a lot better, but I don't put my fingers in the right place. Because I got a Commodore 64 when I was like 8. Yeah, it's just what you did. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff you had to type in your programs out of like a magazine. I was poor, people. You got a cartridge for Christmas, man. That was it. If you wanted to get a new game, you had to type it in from Compute's Gazette. Just telling you, that's old. All right, let's answer a question. All right. I got that song stuck in my head.
Oh, it's you know what? It sounded like you were singing The Wizard of Oz. Dun, 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 dun.
It's the fight song for Mallory's Cheer Squad.
Got it. I got it now.
They play it before they go into battle.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not want to see the cheer teams get mad at each other. I'm just telling you.
No.
Better Betties.
Agreed.
Delete that. Okay, here we go. All right, Wednesday. Oh, by the way, here's what we're gonna do. I've executive decision in this. So we're recording Wednesday listener questions. Friday is actually going to be the trip report for this week that I'm going to record Wednesday.
Gotcha.
The Is This Romantic is going to be Monday's show because it's going
to go out on Monday.
And then next week, let's record on Tuesday instead of Monday because of Valentine's Day.
I was going to ask if we were recording on Monday.
Won't do anything, but I was doing it for you guys. I don't think we'll do it. I'm trying to keep myself.
I mean, you probably should keep yourself out of the doghouse.
I don't think we're doing anything, but
Pam, I mean, we're not doing it. Actually, no, I lied. Brian and I do the thing that is the least romantic for Valentine's Day. So we've done Waffle House, we've done a deli, and this year we are going to Willie's, which is a Mexican grill burrito.
Of course, Willie's Mexican grill. Yes.
It's a fast food.
It's a gas station between Chicago and St. Louis. It's
very reminiscent of Moe's. You know how they have Moe's or Qdoba. It's very reminiscent of that. It's just we're going to Willie's. So nothing says romance like burritos and beans.
Wow.
Approved. We went to Uncle Julio's Saturday night up in Schaumburg. It was a Mexican place. Okay, so we're good. Could somebody do it Tuesday, though? I know somebody can do it Tuesday.
I'm pretty sure I can do it Tuesday. Let me make sure. I don't think I have anything scheduled. No, Tuesday I'm fine. Yeah.
Unless you guys want to do it Monday. I didn't think you would.
I don't have any clue what's even going on next week, so.
This one's Valentine's Day that night, so I didn't think you'd want to. Well, think about it. Let's do the show.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I can always play it by ear.
Either way, I'm just saying. I was just trying. I figured you guys.
Ryan probably won't be home until 7 anyway, so it just depends on what you guys want to do. So yeah, I'm game either way, Monday or Tuesday. It's fine.
I can do it either way too, because I doubt we'll go out of that night, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. What number? 2036. As Pam just got home. Here we go. Welcome to episode 2036 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you are having a great week and that you're in the mood for romance. Not yet. We're going to do Is This Romantic in just a couple of shows, so stay tuned for that. It's one of our favorite things that we've been known for over the years. Who would have thought? But today, one of the other things that we're known for is answering your listener questions with about 32% accuracy, and we're working on it. Hopefully, we'll be up to 34 by the end of the year. That's our goal by 2023.
There we go.
Today, we have the crew assembled that helped me get up to that 33% or 32, whatever I just said. I can't even remember. That's how inaccurate we are. We have Ricky from the mouseforless.com. Ricky, what is going on this fine Wednesday?
Many of you may have noticed I did not take my Walt Disney World vacation this weekend. And so that is because I ended up with strep throat. I actually got it. I started feeling it while I was recording the podcast last Monday. So yay. But I'm feeling much better now.
I apologize for coughing into the microphone while we were recording. Somebody else caught it distance-wise across the nation and globe.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't cough into the microphone, but we're good. But I will be going down in 2 weeks. So take 2 on this weekend trip that I was supposed to have. So I will get the Festival of the Arts in. I will get Mardi Gras in, and I'm super excited about both. So yeah, it's just when you have strep throat earlier in the week, you think probably not a good idea to run around Walt Disney World and make myself sick again. So yeah, I just decided to push it back a couple weeks. So
advice heeded by about 12% of the population.
Yeah, it's true. I was sick earlier week. I'm fine. Let's go.
I'll just get down to Walt Disney World and have a magical elixir. I'll be good.
Exactly. I'll be fine. Yeah.
Rainbows and unicorns. We'll be fine.
So, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and you get more fun Disney content from me. Just saying.
Beignets coming your way.
Beignets.
I should definitely get some beignets. Yeah. I saw that they've had. My brother texted me photos of the. They always have a tribute store for Mardi Gras or for all the things at Universal.
Best. The little wax things are the best.
Oh my gosh, Universal knocks it out of the park with their tribute store for whatever they're doing, and they always have some fantastic treats all the time, and they have some really great ones made up for Mardi Gras. And I just said to my brother, I'm like, I want that one. So yeah, lots and lots of treats will be had this in 2 weeks from the Mardi Gras store. They have one that's like a shaker, it looks like, and I think it's got cake inside from what I could tell from the picture. So one's like a margarita cake, flavored cake. One's like a chocolate bourbon flavored cake. And there was something else. I know those sound amazing. So yeah, they really do knock it out of the park with their tribute store. So good job, Universal, on that. So, yeah.
All right. And also joining us, we have the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, Pam Forrester. Pam, what's going on this midweek?
Happy Wednesday. I almost said
the
other day.
Right. So what's so weird is I have a trip that's coming up here near the end of the month, and I was in my account doing some stuff, updating some things and whatnot, looking and seeing what I had booked and whatnot. And I clicked that Magic Bands link that's in your My Disney Experience. And, it takes you to the option to order Magic Bands if you would like. Well, the last thing I need is more Magic Bands. I will tell you this.
Like $1,000 Magic Band. Story.
So I do not need another Magic Band. But they had the 50th one there, which is one that comes back. It's on, you can order it, then it's gone again, then you can order it. So I'm like, well, I really feel sort of an obligation to get that because, it's the 50th and I'll go lots of times, between now and the end of the 50th. So I felt sort of an obligation to do. I know, right? And it's not just even with the pre-arrival discount, it's still not a very good deal.
No, it's not. Isn't this the one that's like $40 or $50?
I know something. I don't know. But anyway,
let me stop you for a second. What happened to Magic Band 2s?
Right?
Was that like a fever dream that I had in late December?
No, and that video looked so compelling too, right? You're like,
it looked like they were ready to go.
I want one
it's
of
like
those.
the new iPhone. Like, I can't get a new Magic Band right now because as soon as I do, the new ones will come out.
New ones coming out.
Yeah, that's what happens to me with technology.
Yep. Yeah.
I know.
Nothing.
I know. So, anyways, yeah, I bought the Magic Band. I did.
Nicely done.
I did.
Done.
And I said to Steve, "Do you want a Magic Band?" And he's like, "I don't know. I don't think I need one. I have a bunch here." And I'm like, "Do you want to see what's there? Because there's some really cute designs.
There are some cute designs. I know.
Like,
I did that
there's
with mine
one
too.
specific to the yacht club, and I'm like, oh,
who needs that?
I know, right?
Yes.
We stay there
Yes.
all the time. There's one exclusive to Old Key West. I was just like, he's like, "No, I don't want another one. I already have enough." And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
No, the yacht club he has to have.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
should just get him the yacht club one and be like, surprise!
And I was like, no, he was being crabby about it. So I'm like, well, fine, then I'm not ordering you one, but I'm still ordering one.
Don't be crabby.
and everybody does thank you because now that you ordered yours, the Magic Band 2s will be eminently shipped.
Yes, right. I'm all in for that one too. And what's so silly is I can do it on my phone. I can do it on my watch. I mean, I don't need this at all, but I still find the Magic Band super convenient.
Me
Don't
too.
y'all?
Yeah, I
For
do.
me, it's the ultimate backup.
The ultimate backup. Yeah.
I use my Apple Watch, but it works about 90% of the time. But I do keep my, because I mean, I wear these like, little power bands anyway. So I'll throw and people ask, how long does your Magic Band work? I still use one from 2018, from the spring of 2018, and it works fine.
That's too funny.
And it's a Slinky Dog one. That's like one of my favorite characters, and it works fine. But it's like my backup. I use my Apple Watch mostly, but it's there. Like when it doesn't work, boom, I can just go and I don't have to wait.
There are times when my phone works when my Magic Band does not.
Yeah, I know. See, I mean, it's good to have two systems.
It really is. Yeah, that's true.
People. Disney needs to learn a little bit of that some days. I'm like, come on.
No, right. Yes, redundancy. Yeah, for
Disney.
sure.
Okay, it's why you have seatbelts and lap bars.
Right, there you go. Yeah.
All right,
They're
Alexa.
good at that.
Nope. ALEXA's got a question in the live chat. Sorry if I just set off anybody's like mine device. It's just I'm arriving way early in the day than my mom for upcoming girls trip. We're staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Where's the best place on property I could get in an outdoor run without staying at the hotel? I will also go on a cookie acquiring mission. Well, that's why you run, so you can go on a cookie acquiring mission. I like that sounds rather than just going and eating cookies. It sounds a lot more fancy to say you're going on a cookie acquiring mission. Next time we go up to Crumble Cookies here, I'm going to use that. I'm not just going to eat cookies. It's a mission.
Same.
How long do Gideon's cookies theoretically keep, assuming we don't eat them all immediately? This is going for Ricky because she puts stuff and keeps it. Okay, so first of all, the question about, this is one, the Animal Kingdom Lodge has very, very few drawbacks as a resort. However, if you're a runner, that is one of them. There's no place to run outside at Animal Kingdom Lodge, but it does have a great fitness center, so you can run on the treadmill if you're somebody that doesn't mind a treadmill. That's where I run there. Now, back when I was a crazy nutso runner, like in 2014, 2015, I ran back and forth between Jambo and Kidani, like kind of behind the bus stops. That was stupid. Like it was just, don't do that. That was just not good. I ran the parking lot too. That's not a good idea either. You could easily go over to like Boardwalk Yacht Club, Beach Club and run Crescent Lake area. That would be my best bet. Just catch a bus or something, or, Uber over to one of those hotels and get your run over there. That's what I would do, or get on a Skyliner, somehow get into the Skyliner loop area and just run around the Caribbean Beach or the Riviera, or Pop Century and Art of Animation. Those are great places to run as well. So I would do that. But Ricky, have you kept Gideon's cookies for any length of time? We had them.
I have. I do know that they tend to not last a real long time. But I have heard that putting them in the fridge or freezer, more likely the freezer, helps to protect them a little bit better. But yeah, they don't last a whole lot of days. I mean, granted, I don't tend to those are one things that when I do bring them home, they do get eaten rather quickly. So I will have eaten.
It's kind of like, like if a tree falls in the forest, but nobody's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound kind of thing. Like, has it theoretically ever happened?
Exactly. I feel like Pam has brought home cookies from Chicago. Yeah, exactly. So I think she may know. Is it if you put them in the freezer?
Yeah. So I actually, before the Gideons and Disney Springs opened, we actually ordered a bunch from the original Gideons location there in Orlando. And we pre-ordered and, did that. So I ordered enough so that I could freeze them. And what they recommend is just a couple hours before you want to eat them, pull them out of the freezer and let them sit and get to room temperature. Because Gideon's cookies are good all the time, but they're really better when they're sort of at room temperature, or, if you're lucky enough to get some of those ones that can be eaten warm, that's fantastic too. But anyways, otherwise, if you buy Gideon's cookies and you're just going to have them for the next couple days, like 2-3 days, they just suggest airtight container for them. Where that, like, don't put them in the refrigerator. And I think that's good advice, because there's something about the refrigerator, that sort of changes the consistency of a cookie. I mean, y'all know that. So these are meant to be sort of out there. All their cookies are good. There's a couple flavors that they actually do recommend. I know, like, I'm the Gideon's cookie expert here. There's a couple cookies that they do recommend to go in the refrigerator. I believe they're key lime, which is a seasonal one, and they're red velvet, which is a seasonal one. I think are supposed to be put in the refrigerator. But the one thing I will say is, if you have not had their cake yet, you have to. If there's
Scott swears about that.
Really good. If you're going through and there's one, like, a flavor that appeals to you, I would not hesitate to get a piece of the cake, because it's fantastic. So
we've got to stop doing this show this time of day.
I know,
but we're never going to. So
this is the only time of the week.
This is a sweet spot. It really is. It's like we found it. It's like
this way, like, I have never had a Monday late afternoon for the last decade and a half, but this is like my playground time. This is so fun. So, and Rachel in the live chat, she says, I was told their cookies can be frozen for up to 6 months. That's what she did when she brought home 6, and she says that she drove home with them the day after she bought them, cut them up, put them in the freezer.
Yeah,
so there you go.
That's the best way to cut them up. It is, because otherwise you have a defrosted cookie there and you'll just be looking for excuses to eat it. You're like,
the whole cookie.
You're like walking through the kitchen. It's 10:15. Yes, I think I do need a piece of cookie.
Do you have cameras in my house? Because that's what I do all day. Like, that's the worst part of working from home. I learned, because I started working from home in 2017, and ever since, that's why I have to run so much on the treadmill every morning, people, because I just cruise through. Like, I take the dog to go to the bathroom in the morning, and then I'm, got to walk through the kitchen to get back to my office. I'm like, oh, well, there's a cookie still sitting there. I'll just have a little corner, most of that cookie's gone. Doesn't matter if I eat a quarter at a time. Anyway, Len, our good friend up in the mitten with Sparty, there is his avatar. I love that. Heading to Walt Disney World next Christmas. How insane would it be to try to visit each Disney resort to see their decorations during a 4-night trip? I don't think you need to see every resort. I think that would be insane. But Pam, give him some ideas to really get in the spirit. 4 nights. I think you could really see the best of the best is what I would do.
I do. And it's really the deluxe and deluxe villa resorts are where Disney is shining with these, the resort decorations. I'm not saying that the values don't have decor, but sometimes you're like really like stretching to find it, right? You're like, that wreath and maybe this tree here, and that might be it.
Cool. I mean, they are have really cool trees, but for the overall time it takes you to get there, unless you happen to be on the Skyliner for some reason, I don't know if I brought it my way.
Right. So the best thing I think to do is, first of all, the easiest clump of resorts to see, right? You can see the Magic Kingdom resorts, which are going to be, most of the time. So if you're at the Magic Kingdom, go ahead and take that resort loop on the monorail, and you'll be able to stop at the Contemporary, the Polynesian, and the Grand Floridian. If you can actually work it out so that the Contemporary is your last one, you may be able to take a boat from the Contemporary over to the Wilderness Lodge. Check those boat schedules, because since they're reopening, they have definitely not been operating as normal, and they don't always have from the Contemporary to the Wilderness Lodge. If not, take the loop over to the Magic Kingdom, get back off that, take the boat over to the Wilderness Lodge, because you do not want to miss the Wilderness Lodge. That is fantastic. Then another day when you're in the Epcot area, I would absolutely make that journey to see those. You'll be able to see the Beach Club, the Yacht Club, and the Boardwalk. And then you can also take the Skyliner over to see the Riviera if you'd like to. Caribbean Beach is right there too, so you'll be able to see that one as well. So if you do that, you've hit most of the deluxe resorts. You also could see Saratoga easily by walking over from Disney Springs. But again, Saratoga doesn't have a really huge lobby area. I mean, it has one, but it's not quite, as themed as some of these other resorts are. Also, Old Key West is sort of in the same boat there as well. And Looking Lodge has a really impressive tree. In fact, they have one at both Jambo and Kidani. Jambo is like the Wilderness Lodge in that lobby is spectacular. It's jaw-dropping. You walk in, you're overwhelmed. It's awesome, right? It just really is. And the tree is awesome too. So that one, maybe you'll, make a chance to see that sort of maybe on your day, like if you're going to the Animal Kingdom in the afternoon, evening, that would be an easy one to do too. So there's my suggestions.
All righty. Amy's here from the Run Eat Drink podcast. We're making a last minute trip to Walt Disney World for President's Day weekend, which is, I believe, here in just a couple of weekends. Is there hope for us to get any exclusive ADRs like Space 220? Thanks, y'all. You are a blast. So I would say there's never give up hope. I will say you are in a tough spot. The Space 220 is hard to get 60 days out. I mean, it's just one of those things, but
Yes.
it's kind of like Pam's 50th anniversary Magic Band she mentioned. I mean, and this is the honest to God truth. I mean, with Disney, and if you do this long enough, you just see like best laid plans. You could have the best strategy, you could have the best thing, and what happens is a lot of times this is dumb luck. You're just at the right place at the right time. I mean, you just gotta keep checking. And Space 20 could come available at 7:00 at night on a Friday night. And you're like, whoa. Okay, boom. But you got to, you cannot hem and haw. You got
to go for it. Yeah.
You'd be like, oh my God, what am I doing? If you think about what am I doing on Friday night, it's gone.
Yes,
this is what I'm doing. Everything else scrapped. I mean, Ricky, any advice? Because you go over these like long weekends, you drive down.
Hey, that's the weekend I'm going. So yeah. That's how it ended up working out for me. Yeah, I mean, really just keep trying. That's going to be the biggest key, is to just keep trying, because you never know when it's going to pop up. I mean, it could pop up right now. It could pop up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. It could, it could pop up 24 hours in advance. And that's usually when I suggest looking, especially for a lot of hard to get restaurants, is about 24 hours in advance of when you're looking to go. A lot of times those restaurants get cancellations due to the credit card. And people don't want to hold that anymore at that point. So you definitely want to check about that point. But yeah, I mean, just keep checking. And honestly, about 24 hours in advance too, between people dropping ADRs, as well as I feel like Disney adds a few ADRs at that point. Then I've gotten a number of things within that time period. And really, honestly, that's about when I start looking for dining at this point, because I'm like, we'll see. And I'm just like, what looks good today? So, I mean, honestly, that 24-hour time period is so key. So,
yep. Yeah. And Ashley in the live chat with us says we got a last minute Space 220 lounge ADR for 2 people about an hour before during marathon weekend. Keep checking.
That's awesome.
The day of. So again, keep checking.
Yep, that's awesome.
The Force will be with you, even though it's not Star Wars. It's just space in general.
Space, yes.
Ashley's got a question here. First time West Coast park trip with my 2 Disney park days and 1 Legoland day over the 4th of July weekend. Would you visit Disneyland or DCA on the 4th, or would you rearrange your park days and do Legoland that day? Thinking any park would be busy, but is one place better than the other? Kids will be 7 and almost 5. Thanks. Here's me, but I mean, I am Mr. I mean, my grandpa would be like, I wear red, white, and blue underwear, man. I love our country. If I'm there, I got to be at Disneyland on the 4th of July, right? I mean, I got to be in the most American thing I can find on Independence Day. That's just, there's no like statistical reason as to why, like crowd wise. No, I got to be at Disneyland on the 4th of July. And they're probably going to do some kind of special fireworks show, I'd imagine. I don't know if Legoland does. I don't know. All I know about Legos is that I'm glad that we don't have any in this house because I don't want to step on them. So, Pam, what would you do in this kind of situation out west?
I would absolutely be at Disneyland. I want to see the fireworks. I thrive on being in the middle of the madness on major holidays at a Disney park. There's something memorable about it. There is, it doesn't disappoint in so many ways, right? The people watching is fantastic. The shows are fantastic. The shopping's usually good. The food's good. You get the attractions. You get to do all of it. So that's where I would be spending my day.
Ricky, where would you go?
Yeah, I think I'd also do Disneyland. Just, for the reasons that you guys said. Nothing more American than being in Disneyland Park on the 4th of July. So yes, it will be busy. But just go in knowing that it will be busy, but you're there to have a good time. And that's how I would go with it. Cause there's just really something magical about it. I mean, really it is. That's the epitome of magic, I feel like.
Busy crowds is patriotic.
Yes, exactly.
Sam Eagle approves.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. I love Sam Eagle. All right, we have a question here from listener Sarah in the inbox. Hi, Mike, Ricky, Pam, and Scott. Thank you for all the work that goes into producing the podcast. You all have been keeping me company for years while I've been running and commuting to work. But now that I have an upcoming trip to the world, every episode is building the excitement. How about that? That's pretty cool. Yeah. Come the 30th of June, 2022, we'll be flying over from Ireland for a 14-night stay at Pop Century. I've been before as a child and as an adult in 2016, but this time I'll be traveling with my partner and his 7-year-old who has never been. Last time Andy was in Orlando, he only went to Universal. She put shock horror. Disneyland Paris blew Anna's little mind a few years ago, and I can't wait to see her in Orlando. I've never stayed on site before in America, but between the price of rental cars and having the ability to retreat at midday with a 7-year-old, it was a no-brainer for the price for Pop Century, only being a few hundred extra than an international drive stay once car hire and parking was added. I love using international terms. It makes me feel like a spy, car hire. Even if you tell from Missouri, when I get to say something like that, that makes my day. Anyway, I'm going to use that with my wife. And like, we should hire a car. We go up to Chicago or to Schaumburg in March. We should just hire a car. Anyway, I don't think I'm using that right. Even if all the resorts for staying on site are non-existent now, she says, we're excited to be in America. We got another 4th of July question. We're excited to be in America for the 4th of July. Based on previous years, I'm hoping and banking on the Magic Kingdom having a dry run on the 3rd and then being in Epcot on the 4th. But if you have any better insight or hints, that would be great. My main question is, if we have a park reservation to a park, are we guaranteed re-entry if we leave for lunch, either to a hotel or water park, and then come back for the evening activities? Or do you think we should buckle down and stay in the park? As a follow-up question, where would you dine on the 4th of July? And are there any special 4th of July offerings that you would look out for? Thanks for any and all help. And sorry about the ramble above. All the best, Sarah. How about that? St. Patrick's Day is coming up in like a month. And we got a listener in Ireland emailing us. I love that. Thanks for listening over there. So that still blows my mind. The fact that anybody listens to our podcast blows my mind if you're listening like just down the street from where we do this show. But the people listening in Ireland, that is so cool. Anyway, thanks, Sarah. Okay, so 4th of July. You got to dine at Liberty Tree Tavern, man. You got to go you are excited about being here on the 4th of July. Liberty Tree Tavern. You will be a naturalized citizen before you leave this country. Sam Eagle will sit next to you, scoops a little mac and cheese and turkey onto your plate. You're living the American dream. I don't know. I would say Liberty Tree Tavern though. But Pam, so her question basically is about the park reservation system. You are guaranteed re-entry.
You are. Park. Yes, so you are.
There. You can take a midday break. Okay. Yep. So what there, but let's talk about the 4th of July as we know it here in early to mid-February. What should she look out for as far as what we know maybe from last year and what we anticipate this year? What's she playing?
So Disney will inevitably have some 4th of July treats. We will not know what those treats are until a couple weeks before, if we're lucky. But look, because they'll have pictures out and they'll be incredibly enticing and they'll be good. They'll also have things that are available all through the summer because they always do. So that's something that you can really look for. As far as 4th of July meals, though, they don't really do that. They don't have special meals, but you can go and look for things that you think are, like Mike mentioned, sort of American, right? Liberty Tree would be a great example of that. I think that, maybe you want to do something that's a little closer to home and think about Raglan Road or something like that. But all of the locations are going to have fun stuff going on, right, for the 4th of July. They're just not going to have special 4th of July meals. The one thing that they may do is they may have some special dining events at like California Grill to see the fireworks and things like that. But that'll be that.
So, I mean, she was talking about being in Epcot, right, on the 4th,
yeah,
right?
Because she's hoping that it's like in the past where they do the 4th of July fireworks on the 3rd at the Magic Kingdom. And like they do, they should do.
And that should be the way it works. They didn't do it that way last year because last year, they were coming back from everything. And obviously they didn't do it in 2020, but that's usually how it works. They usually do a special show on the 3rd and the 4th at the Magic Kingdom. So I think you've got a good plan there. Don't know if they'll do a special show for the 4th though at Epcot this year since they have Harmonious. I think they did something a little bit special for the New Year's Eve this year with at the end. So, that's I would assume that if they did that for that, they would probably do something with Harmonious at the end of that too.
If they don't do something for the 4th of July in Epcot.
I mean, right?
They're losing their citizenship.
Agreed. But I have obviously the best place to eat on the 4th of July, and that is Regal Eagle. Yes, exactly.
You're at Sam's place. I mean,
you're at the most American place in the American Pavilion. Now, keep in mind, it is totally counter service, so it's not a table service meal, but it is 100% like American barbecue, which is what we are so known for, especially on the 4th of July. So that's my suggestion is a Regal Eagle. However, secondary suggestion, since she will be at Epcot, they will be at Epcot, I guess I should say, maybe consider Garden Grill. I think that would be a really fun experience for, the 4th of July. You do get to see the characters, which is kind of cool too. And it's kind of got a similar meal to what they would have at Liberty Tree Tavern. So that's kind of my suggestion on there, but definitely 100% you should eat at Regal Eagle. Now keep in mind, I think everybody and their brother will also be eating at Regal Eagle that day. So make sure if you do want to eat there, mobile order early. So just keep that in mind.
Don't order too much bread.
No, you definitely don't want to order a side of bread when your thing comes with bread. I'm just saying. Don't.
Yes. And Len asks, just getting us ready for the inevitable show coming up later this week. Is this romantic? He says, Regal Eagle, is this patriotic? It cannot be more patriotic. We're at 11. On that.
Exactly.
Yes, it's so good. It tastes like Liberty.
It does.
All right, Kim.
And Eagles. No, I'm just joking.
It tastes like Sam Eagle. All right. Kim's got a question in the inbox here. It says, epic Disney family time. Hi, Pam, Ricky, Mike, and Scott. First, want to say thank you for keeping me sane as we come out of another lockdown in cold, dreary Ontario. Your show brings some light and hope for an upcoming trip that I'm planning with my family and my sisters in May. My family has traveled to Disney pre-COVID every year since my daughter turned 5. She is now 21 and my youngest daughter is 17. We're taking my sister's family who have never been, 2 nephews, age 16 and 11. I used to feel like I was somewhat of a Disney expert, but that has all gone away over the past 2 years. And I'm hoping for some advice that my morning of booking dining runs smoothly. I've heard that booking 2 groups of 4 is easier than booking 1 group of 8. Is that actually true? And if it is true, I have tried a dry run to book for an earlier date, but I run into problems on the app with it refusing to book 2 reservations at the same time, even though I have multiple people linked on my app. It keeps asking me to choose which reservation I want to keep. Am I doing it wrong? Any tips as I'm now throwing myself into relearning the system? Last question. Any favorite dining spots for larger groups where we can all sit together? I want to wow them because up until now, they asked me how I could keep going to the same place over and over. And now that I've asked them to come, I think they've missed out on family time over the past 2 years. And I'm trying to create something special. Thanks for all you do. Keep up the positivity. Kim is up in Ontario, 1,248 miles from the mouse. The truck we're going to make in the car in early May. Oh my gosh, God bless you from driving down from.
Yeah,
right.
It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. That'll be a road trip. We took a road trip. I mean, this weekend we drove to Chicago, 4.5 hours. That's plenty. That's plenty.
Remember mine, Mike did 16 hours? Yeah.
I was screaming. I'm like, bam, where's the ibuprofen? Give me some ibuprofen. I can't do this anymore. I'm too old. Anyway, so let's just give general advice on booking ADRs for a larger group. So Pam, walk her through that because it sounds like she's having a little frustration just to get her ready.
Yeah, it is more challenging to do it. And I definitely think that 2 groups of 4 are usually easier to book than groups of 8. I mean, you can certainly try, but if you're not getting the ideal times or the restaurants you're looking, that would be my next step at that point. And to do that, I think one of the easier things to do is to have the My Disney Experience login for 2 people in your party. And I think that means that you can be doing it at the same time. You can be coordinating with each other. I think too, what you're going to want to do is look for times that are near each other. Like say one of you is able to find a 5:50 somewhere, then the other one should be looking for that time as well. And then that's the way that it's going to work the best. They do their best with larger groups. I'm not going to say that it's a flawless experience. You'll probably have to go there and when you're there and remind them, hey, look, these 2 groups are traveling together and we'd like to sit together if it's at all possible. At some of the restaurants you'll be able to, at some of the ones they may not be able to. And it may take a chunk of time before they can seat you if they're going to do that too. So on some of the restaurants, though, if they're not ones that are really popular, I hardly even know what to suggest in that point because, right?
I know. Point, yeah.
It seems like 75% of the restaurants are super popular now. It's like
I know it is. It's true. You can just go ahead and try for that 8. Try to get the reservation for 8. And see if it works. But if you were booking a really popular restaurant, I would be more inclined to have you look for 2 4s. So
in restaurants where you can, the restaurants that tend to work out well for large groups, Kona Cafe, we've done like groups of like 40 after races at Kona with no issues. Just like long tables. Now the problem is when you have a larger group, 8's fine. But Lisa down in Alabama, down in Mobile, she's saying they've done Crystal Palace, Liberty Tree with groups of 8, worked out great. Hell, I'm a poet and didn't know it.
There you go.
What else, Ricky? Any other groups of 8 that are great for 8?
Oh my God!
Remember, they don't want to stay out too late.
Okay. Did we say Whispering Canyon?
No, but that's usually a good one.
That's right. Yeah, because I was trying to think of something off the beaten path, and that's definitely off the beaten path, and that's a lot of fun too. Like
it is.
They're looking for something that's like that ultimate Disney experience. That is like the ultimate Disney experience. I feel like. Obviously, we always say something like Tapanito, because that the tables, the way they're situated, and groupings like
that is
you're sitting with
Japanese hibachi is always fun with a group.
Yeah, you're sitting
not
with
even part of the group.
people.
Like, you meet people like they're
for sure.
By the time the entrees are getting cooked,
Exactly. I know, Mike, you like beer garden, so that's another
beer garden, and that's total strangers. Yeah,
yeah.
I told you the time I said I want people out solo and they listen to the show. How crazy is that?
Exactly. So there's an option too. I'm trying to think about anything else. Maybe at one of the other parks, but those are the ones that really popped into my head initially. I think
8's not a huge group. Really.
No, I think the hardest park is probably going to be like a Hollywood Studios. Maybe a Mama Melrose for that one.
Everything at Hollywood Studios is hard.
Everything at Hollywood Studios is hard. 100%.
Is going to be your best bet because people forget about it.
Exactly. Although you'd think that, but that is the one restaurant that I have not been to because I find it's one of the hardest ones to get a reservation for. So
I just forget about it. I forget it's there. Like, cause
I forget it's there.
And like, but I love that restaurant. It's just good.
But then when I'm there and I'm like, oh, where should I go eat? Mama Melrose never pops up for me either. So I don't know.
Maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe it's just like
maybe it's an enigma.
It's a figment of our imagination.
It could be a figment of our imagination.
Popcorn bucket.
Yeah. Oh, stop.
A chunky little popcorn bucket. All right. Last question of the day. It's from Brad. He's been one of our listeners for quite a while. Hello, BOGP crew. I'm someone who cannot stand winter, but living in Connecticut.
Join the club.
I know, living in Connecticut, it's just something I have to endure. Sometimes when it's really rough, I will close my eyes and go to my happy place for a few minutes. This way I can ignore the foot of snow or the 4-degree temperatures outside my window. I suggest this is me. This is Mike Rallman talking, not Brad anymore. Do this, but if you're driving into work today, do not do this strategy that Brad has told you about. When you get to your desk at work. Okay, there you go. Or wherever you're doing. My Disney happy place is the Joffrey stand outside the Skyliner station at the Caribbean Beach Resort.
Oh,
that's a random one. When I close my eyes, I can envision myself sipping on shaken Jamaican cold brew while looking out over the lake, listening to the sounds of the Skyliner gearing up for a busy day. Puts a smile on my face. I'd love to know, what are your happy places? Thanks for all you do to help me get through these winters. 37 days until I'm back home. Brad. He put a smile on my face because, like, if somebody asked me about one of my happy places at Walt Disney World, I would have gone 72 years before I'd have thought anybody would have said that the Joffrey stand at Caribbean Beach, like sipping on a, what's it called?
Shaken Jamaican.
Jamaican, baby. But that is awesome.
Yes,
it is. It's a good spot.
Yes,
I love the idea. We all do this, right? I mean, it's like, oh god, because right now we had 11 inches of snow on the ground. It's melting. Now it's that time where it's just a mess.
Yep.
Riley goes out to go to the bathroom and like she's like scared to death because she stands on the snow, but then she sinks and like she's gonna go down under the water. It's like, dude, it's just grass under there. You're not going anywhere. Go to the bathroom.
Oh, poor baby.
I know. It's like whatever. Anyway, so Ricky, do you get a shaken Jamaican in Tomorrowland, or I mean, where's your happy place? What would you say? Like, where do you close your eyes when you're not driving into work? And
good call, not driving. I think honestly, I'm doing it now, and the place that I immediately go to is in Tomorrowland, and it is on the TTA. It's a warm day. It's sunny. But you've got the breeze going through, and you're just enjoying the ride on the TTA. I that is just right now to me that sounds heavenly. So I'm gonna go with that.
All right, that's
okay.
That'll work. I'll take it.
Okay. All right. You seem like you're judging me for my choice.
I was taking it all in. It was a sensory thing. All
right. I may or may not have had a snack on there. But don't say anything because it's not allowed. I'm not supposed to bring snacks on there. So
was it a 6-month-old Gideon's cookie?
Yes, it was. It was a 6-month-old Gideon's cookie. Yes.
Good that we've proven the answer from 20 minutes ago.
That I've put in my purse, so we're all good. Yes.
All right, man, where do you escape to when those Pittsburgh winters get to be just a bit too much?
Yeah, and I'm there right now. Let me just tell you, I am so there.
Let me stop you for 1 second. Okay, so there's this thing that went viral. Okay, so you guys know that Rex Chapman guy that sometimes retweets stuff on Twitter.
I've seen the name.
Stuff. I don't know if he has politics or anything. I just know you retweet stuff sometimes. Anyway, because I just see stuff. There's a reporter in St. Louis on our KMOX radio station, which is like the news talk station. They carry the Cardinals, but it's an AM, this news station. It's for old people, basically. Yeah. And so this guy, I think it was like 3 years ago, there's this one reporter that does these like tongue-in-cheek stories during the news every day. And he did this story about how February is the worst month of the year for all these reasons. His name's Kevin Killeen. And it's all over Twitter right now. So if you get a chance to check it out, I think that Rex Chapman guy retweeted it this week and has gone like nuts. But he put it out like 3 or 4 years ago. And it's so right. It's like, he's like, do not make any major life decisions in February.
No.
He gives all the reasons why February is just brutal.
It's so true, and it is.
It's terrible. Like
it is. It's so bad.
We all need to close our eyes for like 28 days.
We do. I said to Steve, I'm like, I can't do, like, it's been a while because we moved and stuff since we've been in Walt Disney World. I said, I can't do this again. I keep telling him, and like, as you know, the week progresses, because it's like, you can't really go outside right now because like the road's not shoveled, you know what I mean? The whole thing. It's just a nightmare. But anyways, and every day we move into February, it's worse. And we're only on February, whatever, right now, the beginning, right? You know? So I know. So when I think about where I want to be, it's somewhere in that yacht beach club boardwalk area. You know, as soon as I arrive at the yacht club, I totally exhale. As soon as I walk in the lobby, the smell, they had redone the lobby at the yacht club, sort of changed the color of the wood there and updated the decor a bit ago. And it's just a really great place to be. And specifically at the yacht club, I love to be on my balcony looking out over toward the boardwalk. And at, you know, in the evening during magic hour, it's fantastic. At night when everything's lit up, it's fantastic. In the morning, it's fantastic. So I've got to say that area there, that's where, when I picture myself, when the days are very, very long and cold, I picture myself there. So
that sounds so good right now. Sounds so good. Right? Mine, real quick, because I was just thinking, like, where would I, you know, where would be a comfortable place to be? And one of the places I really enjoy is, you know, when I'm staying at Pop Century, I like to get out early. And a lot of times it's a necessity because I'm down there during the hotter times of the year. And I always go for my run before the sun comes up. But I tend to wrap up my run right at sunrise. And I just love being on the Art of Animation side of Hourglass Lake, looking back over the side of Hourglass Lake that has the 80s and 90s buildings. Mm-hmm. And that's where the sun comes up. And a lot of mornings you'll catch like hot air balloons going out right at that time.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. I mean, I know that you're exercising and you're sweating and you're not really happy that you're running. Your body's like, what are you doing? I'm on vacation. But it's one of those things, like, you're out there, you're not around anybody. Typically, you're totally by yourself, nobody around, you know, it's daybreak and you have a whole potential day in front of you of fun with the people you love, right? It's your family, it's your friends. You're probably going to Epcot. You're going to have some epic meals. You're going to see some fireworks at the end of the day. You're going to ride some amazing attractions, see some great shows. I mean, it's just that it's that potential of, this is why you've worked so hard all year. The day is breaking. This is one of those few days of the year that you get to just go and have fun all day long. And you're, you know, and you get to, you know, see that manifested in a sunrise over Pop Century. I know it's not, you know, a deluxe resort that's got the greatest theming, but I just love Pop Century and I love the lake and I love the Skyliner coming to life. And it's really cool. And it's one of my favorite places to escape to. I mean, it's, you know, feels like comfortable. So there you go. It's not shaking Jamaican, but that's what you get, Brad. That's pretty good. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's Listener Question Show. Thanks for the great questions. Keep sending them in to mike@beourguestpodcast.com for the inbox. We'll get to those right away. That's where we got Brad's question. And of course, you can join us on Mondays. Typically Mondays, we might not record on Valentine's Day. We might do that on Tuesday. But join us on Facebook around 5:45 Eastern, and we have a good time recording live with our audience that joins us and helps us out here on all the shows. Don't forget, today's show is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out for your Disney trip planning needs. We'd love to help you plan your next Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney vacation. The agents over at the Magic for Less, they're experts. They go to these destinations. They study these destinations. They're trained in each one of these destinations. And the most important thing is they're an advocate for you. You know, when you book with the Magic for Less and something comes up, we had a delay in the Disney Wish inaugural sailing this past week. Very unexpected. First thing these agents did over at the Magic for Less, we advocated for our guests. We got them in a great spot. And I'll tell you what, it's not a great situation when you have to kind of shuffle plans. But these folks, they're getting I'm saying what they're going to get a good deal out of this with that next cruise. So it's one of those things. We're working hard for our guests each and every day. We want you to have the best Disney vacation, because just like I just said about 2 minutes ago, every time you go on a Disney vacation, it should be, where when that day breaks, it's one of the best days of the year, one of the best days that you get to experience. We want to make sure that happens for you. We want you to have the best room that you can have. We want you to have the best dining that you can have. We want you to just be in the best spot. And of course, pay the least amount of money for this vacation. We want to get you the discounts. So just drop by themagicforless.com. We'll take great care of you. Just fill out the quote form. We'll go from there. So check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. That really does help us out. And thank you so much to our patrons who continue to support the show each month. We thank you so much for that. Our patrons get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest every week. Just join us over there, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can follow Ricky at Ricky Nibs on Instagram and Twitter. Pam is at TMFLT Pam. You can also follow The Magic for Less at The Magic for Less on Instagram. And also, I'm at BRGuest Mike. And you can follow the show at BRGuestPod, Instagram and Twitter as well.